All right, we're going to keep talking about more and fewer or less. Okay, so remember, more is when you have a bigger number of something. Less is when we have less of it, so we don't have as much. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a little craft. So we're going to do comparing handfuls. That's what it's called, okay? So what we're going to do is you can get any colored piece of paper, or it can be white, doesn't matter. And if you are using white, then you can go ahead and just trace your hands on each side of the paper. Or if you have a fun colored construction paper, you can grab that and it can be the background. And then you can go ahead and trace your hands on white paper and then cut them out. So that's what I did, is I went ahead and I traced my hands on white paper and then I cut them out. All right, because we're going to compare handfuls. So now that I've got my hands cut out, I'm going to go ahead and glue them on my paper. So I can show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get my glue stick. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put glue all over and a little bit each finger so that it stays down and on the hand. All right, and I'll glue that down on one side. That's it. And then I'll do the same thing for this hand. Okay, and then press it down. Okay. So then your paper will look like this. And if you have white, then that means you just traced your hands and then you just have two hands on your paper. But as soon as you have two hands on your paper, you are all set, no matter how you did it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're just going to draw some circles on each hand. You want them to be a different number. So I'm going to grab a colored pencil, and you can use as many different colors as you want. So I'm going to use dark colors, though, so that you can see the circles. So I'm just going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. And that's all I'm going to do on this hand. I'm just going to do 3. And on the other hand, I will do a different number. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now that my hands have two different numbers, so they have two different handfuls, we're going to go ahead and we're going to count them, and then we'll write the numbers somewhere on your paper by the hand. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3 on this hand, so I'll go ahead and write 3 right there, and then I'll count this hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll put 6 on this hand. Okay, so how we're going to compare these numbers, we have 3 and 6. We want to know which hand has more and which hand has fewer. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to count to 10, and we're going to write those numbers down, okay? And then I'll show you what we're going to do. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll just stop at 9 because that's all I have room for. Okay, so here's a number line, right? Numbers are in order. We have a number line in our classroom. I didn't have a number line here, so I just wrote them out. Good practice. All right, so I'm going to grab a different colored marker. Now, on my number line, I'm going to make a little dot where the two numbers are that we have. So what number is on my first hand? Right here. 3, good. So I have 3. And then what number is on my second hand? 6, good. So these are the two numbers that I'm comparing. And I want to know which one has more. So which number is more, 3 or 6? If you have 3 of something and you have 6 of something, which one is more? So which one goes farther down? So the number that you find first is always fewer because it's less. It's towards this end of the number line. And if the second number that's farther down, it's bigger, it's more of it. So if we look at our two numbers, 3 and 6, well, first, which one comes first? Which number is circled first? Oh, here's a circled number. What number is that? 3. So that means it's fewer. It's the smaller number, fewer. So 3 is fewer. So this hand has fewer. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write I have fewer. Because this hand is saying I have fewer than this hand. Okay, so then if we go back to our number line, okay, so 3 we said is fewer. Now we come to our next number that we circled, which is the number 6. So if it's not fewer, then it's what? More. Very good. So it's fewer and more. So then on this hand, I'm going to write I have more. So we compared handfuls, right? So we had 3 on this hand, 6 on this one, and we said that 3 is fewer, 6 is more. Now you can go ahead and do this at home and then send it to me. Take a picture. I want to see, upload it to Class Dojo. I want to give you some credit for your work. All right, great job, and let me know if you have any questions.